When Katrina and I first heard about Abigail's diagnosis of anencephaly, we watched a video of a family whose child had a very similar condition. They told how they were given 10 hours to spend with their sweet child before he passed. I remember praying that evening to Heavenly Father, pleading if we could just get 10 hours with Abigail, I would be the happiest person alive. We were given 22.5 sweet hours to spend with Abigail. During that time, Katrina died for 20 to 30 seconds.
My heart stopped during surgery at the same moment Abigail was delivered. She and her dad went into the next room while I was given a shot of epinephrine that brought my heart and breath back. Instead of seeing the moment of her birth, I blacked out and came to on a cart as a team of ICU nurses and doctors carted me into intensive care. I didn't know where Bill was or if Abigail was alive.
Abigail was given a blessing with Dad, Uncle Tim, and Grandpa Lantz. All her brothers got to hold her and sing to her and tell her stories. She was taken care of by many sweet nurses from the NICU and ICU at Utah Valley Hospital and just loved by everyone. As imperfect as her body was, she was able to breathe and stay alive so much longer than anyone could have guessed or hoped for. We were afraid people would be scared to look at her face, but besides initial reactions from some of our kids, everyone looked at her with nothing but love in their eyes.
God sent Abigail. She began her work immediately, tenderizing everyone who held her with a feminine spirit unlike anything I have ever felt. She was so soft, yet unbelievably strong, fighting for many of the breaths she took in the brief life she was appointed. Her big, beautiful spirit could be felt even in the tiny burdened body she came with. I fell in love with her instantly.
There were so many miracles surrounding Abigail. We had so many people that were put in our path, like skilled surgeons who were able to get Abigail out safely, and a calm anesthesiologist who was able to give Katrina a shot of epinephrine to restart her heart. For a talented maternal fetal medicine doctor who was able to diagnose Abigail with amniotic band syndrome and show us how Abigail was tied up in the placenta, but also give us a glimmer of hope that we would see Abigail alive.
Abigail was allowed to stay by our side all day in the ICU. Special comfort care was given to her, including feedings through a tube due to her severe cleft palate. She made the sweetest little sounds. Before her birth, there were no guarantees and a lot of guesses. We hadn't known if we would be able to hear her cry at all, but her sweet voice broke my heart and changed it all at once. Abigail wasn't expected to have eyes, but she had them, sweet little slits that stayed closed the entire time we had her. They had eyelashes and they cried real tears. The privilege of gently wiping away her tears is one I will forever cherish. Abigail wasn't expected to have ears, but she had them, and we all loved to sing softly into them. Abigail wasn't expected to have hair, but she had locks of short, dark, curly hair. In a house full of blondish boys, her hair was just one of the things that made her unique. Abigail had a sweet dimpled chin like her brother's chins, and very kissable chubby cheeks, which I stroked softly while watching her breathe.
Katrina had prepared a playlist of songs to be played during the C-section, and one of the songs on the playlist is our song, Come What May, which we sang together at our wedding. It was the second song to play, and at the moment that song was playing, Abigail was brought out of the womb. It is such a special moment to be able to share that song with the birth of Abigail. Now that song has so much more meaning to me.
Abigail's skull ended just above her ears, and her nose and mouth were intermingled due to the amniotic band syndrome that interrupted her head's development. The placenta was sewn into the top of her head, and she had challenges because of these things, and it was hard to watch her struggle. I was proud of her strength and determination. She lived an entire day and one entire night. In her last moments, Abigail's powerful heart slowed gradually to a stop. I held her skin to skin on my chest until long after her heart stopped. Bill sat beside us, praying and saying goodbye with us. Abigail has changed me forever. She has changed all of us forever.
The NICU doctor came in to check her heartbeat and found it was beating a very long 1 to 3 seconds apart. He waited a few minutes to check again and found that Abigail's heart had stopped completely. She was a fighter until the very end. Abigail leaves this world loved by all those who had the opportunity to be around her.